It's a muggy late afternoon here at the forest garden in April, and the weather is feeling quite close. It's quite muggy, it's quite swarmy weather. And for the first time this year, I can see several pairs of honeybees, scout honeybees, working, measuring, going in and out of all the hives to choose a suitable home for the rest of the swarm is bound to follow any minute. On a hill
near a wood,
where nobody goes,
up a track,
through a gate,
the food forest grows,
with secrets and treasures for everyone's pleasure, and Rob's discovery. They're extremely interested in this log hive. You can see a pair of scout bees there, diving in and out and measuring. This second log hive must have passed the test for suitability from the first pair of scout bees, because now they've brought another couple of pairs along, which means this one is really in the running to be occupied very soon. It's hard to see it from here, but this is a national hive. There's a stack of boxes under that blanket just there. This is inside the yurt, and this one has a tube going to the outside. And I think this one is in the lead for occupation, because look, there are probably 3 or 4 pairs of scout bees going in and out of the entrance. The reason they are so interested in these hives, some of them have old comb in because honeybees have been there before, and the scout bees really look for something like that for suitability. But the other reason is, especially in the hives that have never had bees before, the new ones, is that I've smeared them around with these 2 essential oils. There's lavender oil and there's lemongrass oil. The lavender oil I smear around the entrance just to get the attention of the scout bees, and the lemongrass oil I put inside the hive because it's very similar to the queen bee pheromone, and that makes them think that it's home, if only temporarily. You can see that they are scout bees because they act very differently to worker honeybees that are searching for nectar or pollen in flowers. These aren't after anything to eat. These move in a very different way, often in pairs, and they move in and out of all the little nooks and crannies, testing and measuring before reporting back to the main colony. And if it's suitable, as this one is, they bring a second pair or a third pair. And any minute now, the sky is about to darken with a swarm of honeybees, 10,000 strong. So I'm just going to do some work just around this end of the forest garden and wait and see. And 2 weeks later, they've arrived. Have a look at this. They seem to have chosen this log hive. That must be this preferred swarm's choice of home. Dare I remove the cap at the lower end and see how they're getting on? Yes, I dare. Oh, it's not actually a swarm, just a million scout bees, which means that it's quite probable that a swarm will soon arrive. So see you again in a minute, hopefully. There's definitely a swarm due. Look how many there are around there. There are at least a dozen pairs of scout bees just there. And over here, look at them all. At least a dozen pairs of scout bees here as well. I'll just check the other hives. It's now the 16th of May, just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and finally The first swarm has turned up. It turned up about 5 minutes ago when I was just in the caravan having a cup of tea. And I heard a sound, and by the time I came out, they'd already moved in to this hive, just here. Hello girls. You've chosen a good spot there. Lots of shelter. I wonder where they've come from. Well, doesn't really matter. They're here now. I hope they'll stay for a while. It's a good place to overwinter. They look a different colour to the bees in my other two hives. They look a little bit more Italian, far more stripy. Well, a swarm of bees in May is worth a load of hay. Perfect. I suspect the reason they didn't choose that one up there, the new bait box, despite its elevated position, it has no old comb in it, whereas that old national just there that I was just storing there with the possible hope that bees might move in, it's got lots of old comb, and honeybees love old comb. Maybe that beautiful cedar box will be occupied again before the summer is out. A swarm of bees in June is worth a silver spoon. Is that more than a load of hay or less? I'm not sure. Still sounds quite valuable. It's now the next day, May 17th, and look at this. No, not the geese tearing apart the yurt, but just on the side of the yurt, on the left. Do you remember that hive that I put inside with an entrance going to the outside? I'm sure that's more activity than merely scout bees. Oh, they're extremely vigorous. I don't get too close. Let's go and see if there are any inside. They've not managed to find their way in here, but can you hear that intense buzzing coming from inside the hive? Let's see if any have come up into this jar I've placed on the top. Good girls, you found your way there. Amazing. Hello again. It's now 3 hours later and it looks like they are swarming. So I'll turn the camera around so you can see this miraculous feat of nature. But are they moving in or are they moving out? Actually, better keep my mouth closed, they're all around me. It's amazing that none are getting tangled in my hair. Oh, I suppose it must have been scout bees before, and now the rest of the swarm has arrived. But where from? I've just had a missed call from my neighbour who keeps bees, Nick Roberts. Maybe this is why he's calling me. Maybe they're his bees. Or were his bees. Can you see how dense the air is? With bees. This hasn't happened to me for 5 or 6 years. This is really incredible. Again, I'm amazed they're not getting stuck in my hair or my mouth. Looks like they're all moving in. This is when bees are in their calmest state when they're swarming. They're very unlikely to sting you. But as soon as they move into their new home and they have something to protect, they might. But there are none over here. They're all within about a 15-foot area of the entrance. Oh, there are some over by those hives over there, but there have been all day actually. Ducks and a huge swarm of honeybees. One has landed on me. I'm a little bit nervous. She'll be alright. She won't sting me. Famous last words. I've walked away just in case. My curiosity is too great. I've got to go back. Again, famous last words. Let's go inside again. See what's going on in here. No bees up there. This is the hive just here. There are a few bees that have missed the entrance and have come inside. You can see there they're all walking into the entrance. There are probably a good 20 or 30,000 bees here. They'll take a few minutes to get in, but within 10 minutes they'll all be inside. Not a single bee is touching me. The power and the majesty and the vibration of them is it's difficult to describe. I used to think that apricot blossom was my favourite scent, but this is like apricot blossom combined with the sweetest honeysuckle very early in the morning and having your nose right inside the finest, strongest hive. It smells like... it's not just sweet, I mean it is sickly sweet, it's like a heavenly sort of divine sickly sweet scent, but it's also very, very floral and also very citrusy, because of the queen bee pheromone probably that the welcome bees are wafting out with their abdomens to draw the rest of the bees in like a guide. It's now 10 minutes later and look, they're nearly all in. If I hadn't had that message from Nick up the road I would have missed this. Thank you again, Nick. Partly for the warning and partly for the bees. Very different colour to the resident bees here already, which are quite dark and furry, similar to the native British black bee, which I think they must have crossbred with at some point. Well, hello again. It's now the next day, and I've just heard from my friend Sam, you know, the carpenter who made that cedar bait box for me a few weeks ago, that he's arriving in about 15 minutes with yet another swarm of bees that he found in his neighbour's garden, and is apparently bringing them in a cardboard box in a minute. And he's going to help me to put them into my horizontal top bar hive just there. That has not had any bees in it for a couple of years. Let's go and put my suit on. I do believe I hear a Series 1 1955 short wheelbase Land Rover coming up the track. I do. I don't think the turning circle's that great. Hello. Sorry to pounce the camera on you straight away, but I heard it coming.
That's all right.
I didn't want to miss a chance to see this. So we're just bringing the box of bees to the top bar hive. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the honours or if one of you has a suit.
We've got the suits, but you can go for it. The box is vented on that side. There are some bees out and about.
Oh, it's a cleverly designed box. I thought it was just a box, but it's not. It's like a
SAM adaptation.
It was very warm, wasn't it, when we put them in the box earlier? So.
Hello, girls. Oh, they're quite calm, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they've been. There was an amazing number of them. When they were in the air, there was an awful lot. Oh, you've got a window down the whole side.
See the comb in there?
Yeah, the comb that's in there is from the bees that were in there a couple of years ago, and they moved in, and they were doing very well for a couple of months until the hornets came, and the hornets finished them off in a couple of days. And that happened to be the couple of days I was away for the weekend.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do anything about it. I came back, it was just full of hornets instead. So the box has been slit open. The hive is all here prepared. We cut out some old comb that was in there. It's down there because it's a bit manky. And the comb's at this end, isn't it, that they've already made. So if I take off a few of these this end. How big a gap do you need, do you think?
Well, probably as big as, as wide as the box.
Yeah, I'll put that one in afterwards then. Oops. Yeah, I'll put them back in the same order. Is that wide enough?
Yeah, a couple more, I would.
Yeah, it's not difficult to put them back on, is it?
No.
Right. Do you have enough space there?
Do you want a... Roo, do you want a hat? Are you alright? Do you want a hand?
Yeah, it's quite heavy.
It's heavy, is it? Okay.
Go and get the other suit on, Rob. Or do you want to
Well, they're still quite calm, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you can swap if you like, if you want to hold this, and then I can do the
I'll hold
actual
that.
thing. Okay, I've supported the box.
go?
Thank you kindly. It opens at the top, does it there?
Yeah.
That's a good weight of bees.
Fold back the flaps and then give it a good old shake in.
Okay. Hello girls. Now, this will shock you just temporarily. I've been advised it's the best way to do it. And hopefully if we can get Queenie in there. Right, I'm going to shake them. Liquid bees. Sorry girls. Well, you smell very nice. Oh, and they're still calm. Their sound's not really changed very much. Oh, I see. There's another flap to open.
Okay, Roo. Just brush them down.
Lovely soft brush. Nice and gentle. They're getting a little bit fractious now, aren't they? They're wondering what's going on, as anyone would.
I'll give the box a bit good old
More
tap.
shake?
Yeah, give it. That's it.
Oh yeah, there we go. That citrusy queen bee pheromone's really up in the air now. You can. Anyway. Well, those last few are clinging on, so I'll put this box by the entrance now, shall I? So they can crawl up in.
Yeah.
Ideal with that flap pointing upwards.
With the flap up.
Don't knock your brush off in there, Ruth.
Rob, you got quite a few on the outside of the box here.
It's there.
Yeah.
So if I put it.
I'd lean that flap against it.
Yeah,
That
leave,
one
that's
just
it,
there.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a connection there, so they can crawl up. Give them some darkness. Make them feel not secure. Are there any fanning near the entrance?
Not
Not yet.
yet.
I haven't quite realised where they are yet. Have you got that brush there? Would you mind brushing off a couple on the top? Well done. Don't want to squash any. Hopefully there have been 0 casualties, but we don't know. That was a little bit brutal.
You want to get the box and try and create a ramp. Let's tilt the box a little bit. So that they've got a ramp all the way. And fold that flat back.
So hopefully they'll find the door now.
Was this a
Looks,
Halloween costume by any chance?
looks like it.
And that'll do a better job than the geese of keeping strangers away if I hang out near the gate. Yeah, you can see the welcome bees fanning out those pheromones. They'll all be in a couple of minutes. Well done, girls. I'll leave you alone now. Well, thank you everyone very much. Thank you for the bees. Thank you for your help.
No problem. No problem.
Thank you for bringing that.
Got too many.
Thank you for bringing that gorgeous Land Rover. Bye. Well, that was very nice of them, wasn't it? It's time to start the watering now, which will take a couple of hours, and then have a snack before bed. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.